Jeep. That little blue light. It's for this thing down here. I'm going to show you how to do all that in 3, 2. Now that is called trust. Remember the EV6 I had? That's over there. He came back because he trusted me so much that he wants me now to install a Bass Pro Nano. Comes with wire, more wire, brackets, bass knob, and we're doing this in a Grand Cherokee. I already started, as usual. That looks like a dent in the door. We're gonna put it right there, right underneath the seat, turned this way, so we can get to the controls if you ever want to. Now the battery is actually under there, and the seat does clear everywhere. And if we sit in the seat, we don't hit it. You see? And we're gonna catch power right there, because that is for the motors that barely ever get used. So, seat clears. See, putting the seat all the way down, still clears, and that just clears. Let's see. If it's your own car, I wouldn't worry so much, because the odds of someone going all the way down and crushing this thing, you see, it's just down all the way, and it still clears. So, let's get started with taking the dash apart, because we need to know where to put the bass knob. I want to put it right there in the console, but maybe I'll put it here. Maybe I'll put it on the floor right here. I don't know. I don't want to put it over here. There's nothing really under here other than cloth. So let's see how it sits. So that is where I'm going to put it. Pocket goes up a little higher. I'm going to put it right in here, just like that. But I gotta get the pocket out. So, with no tools required, you pull from here, you pull the whole shifter bracket up. Now we're not going to take it off. We just want to move it aside. We want to take this out, but can't do that without taking the faceplate off. So something like this, you can just reach up under here and pull this bottom out. Now the bottom's not going to give you that much problems, but as you start coming along, you want to use this to get the rest of it, because there's more clips. One of them went flying. You see? So you don't want the angle upward like this. You want it to come at you. As you see, it's all clips. Come on. Clip, 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 clip. Clip, 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 clip. Same on the other side. Now, those are 2 screws that will get the pocket out. So let's get this pocket out and mount. Like that. Just put it on the ledge. Let the wire hang. And there you go. It's out of your way. Now, we gotta get this pocket out. Let's see if that's all you need to do. That's what it looks like. Of course not. Has anyone noticed that this is a black car again? The whole interior is black again. Black on black on black again. So we got 2 more screws under there. We got the 2 out up top here, and we got 2 more right down there. Don't lose the screw, yeah. So all 4 are out, and then get the pocket out. Let's close the door, probably make it easier. And let's get this guy out. And of course, we gotta put it in gear. Of course. Do not hit the brake. Just turn the ignition on. Accessory, see? And run. Then brake. Then shift. Let's get this guy straightened out. Apparently, you have to turn the car on. Of course. See, it's ND. You gotta turn the car on. Stupid Jeep. Then you can put it in gear, and then get the pocket out. Thanks, Jeep. Thanks. There you go. Now, let's get this thing out of our way. Unplug everything. so we can mount this thing. Squeeze, pull, squeeze, pull. See, squeeze. And same with this one. This is the 12-volt socket, which I might be able to get accessories from. But let's see. It's also squeeze and pull. And that's where we're going to mount it. Right above the controls, as you can see, the door will absolutely clear. See, it's clearing, yeah. Good. Now we close it, and we can get our drill down there and screw it in. RTFM, RTFM, RTFM. That's what we want. Right, that's what we want. Now we want to leave it on. Where's the auto sensing? So that means all you got to do is hook the speakers up and just catch power and ground. That's it. That's awesome, because all that means is you don't have to catch something that turns on and off. Once it catches stereo, which will catch in the kick panel, the system will turn on automatically. We just need power and ground. Done and done. All right, now let's mount the bass knob. So they gave us these little screws, but I think they're too long, because you see the arm? The arm's going to be right where it is. So I found a little bit smaller screws, because all we need to do is just get through that plastic. And these have little drill points on them. I don't know, I had them laying around, so there you go. If you want, you can cut those after you drill them in, but who wants to do that? And with my handy dandy Unibit, drill the hole right in the bottom corner, so we can put this right in. Now we can finally put the 2 screws in to mount it permanently. Good? Good. Now you are going to remember to plug it in, right? So with 10 minutes of struggling, I got them in, and they just clear. This one's fine, and this one, there she goes. All right, yeah. Now let's put it back. So with pushing the carpet down out of your way, you can feel where the snake is going to come through with some tape, and we're going to pull right through. Yeah. All right, yeah. I think the hardest part's almost done. Let's get this back in. Did I have to show you these 2 screws had to go back in? No. Those 2 screws are in, bass knob is in, and it's gone. Let's put this back by just literally pushing it back in. Let's make sure the vents are popped back in, because they do pop out. Got it? Good. Do I have to say it again? Like a glove. Look at this. Perfect. Now let's get to the wire to the back. You don't have to do this, but everything is so dark, it just makes things easier. And it really is just 3 push pins. Like one Christmas tree, 2 Christmas tree, and 3 Christmas tree. It comes right out. Tool like this. Just so you can see. Watch. You can't see anything. There you go, shed some light. So what I want to do is take the wire and put it right over the carpet and go behind the carpet. Alright, so to get this off, we took this off. Very easy. This just popped right up, 4 clips. You see? Pop, pop, pop. No big deal. Okay? To get this thing off, this kick panel, we gotta get this off. Now you have to remove the rubber almost all the way. And you gotta appreciate the American plastics, because look, that's still hooked in. I have nowhere to pull. So you have to pull out towards you and weasel this thing. Look at this. Gotta love the Jeeps. Now we can take the kick panel off. So after getting the 1 clip holding in the kick panel, that's all it was. Pull it straight out towards you. We wanted to see if we can get speaker wires. Now, one would think that it would be the one staring at you right here. I said, these are kind of on the thinner side. They are the same color. But if you look closely, you see there's another harness coming right back down here. These are thicker wires. Let's get my little handy dandy flashlight, because everything's black. So, there you have it. You see? These are thicker, these, than these. I wouldn't touch these. These are probably from the amp or would-be amp. This is what you want. This is coming up right out of here, going up under, going upward, and it disappears. It comes out here, going into these, because see, these are the thicker ones. And you're gonna follow it over here. They're the thicker ones. So that's what we want. Green, purple, and green, yellow. So I went out of my way to show you that both these wires are speaker wires. Why? I don't know. Why would you have two in the center? So here, watch. See, I did that. You want to check for continuity? Put one here. And I checked that one, and they both beeped. Can I do it with one hand? No, of course not. How am I going to do that? See? That's that one. And let's do this one. And that's the other one. See? I just have it laying rested. They're both the same. Don't know why. Now, one would debate, it does want you to have left and right. Now, with a subwoofer, you can say, to hell with that. I only want it to do bass. Where is that wire? Let's go find it. Found it. So, the whites and the grays. It's supposed to be left and right. But do we care for a subwoofer? No. You put the two grounds together and the two solids together and you hook it up to one wire. Do you really need fade for one 8-inch woofer that's going into your seat? It's not even an 8-inch. I think it's like a 6/8. Like that? Good. We're going to put them together and run to that speaker wire. And since they only give you 10 inches, or maybe even a foot, don't even know, we have to extend with some spare wires laying around. So let's tape these guys together, all three. Stripe to ground and tape it up. Alright, so we've changed our mind. This doesn't look thick enough because this has two inputs. I already taped up the speaker wires. That's what it should look like, because we're going to extend, come around under the carpet and come up and go into there for the speakers. Battery is literally right under here, so let's not be lazy and go right to the battery and put a fuse on it. Got it? Good. Got to get this tool, yeah. Look, right underneath here, and there's the battery. See that? It even says positive. So let's get a fuse and put a fuse right there on it. Just take the whole panel out of your way. Put my arm right underneath it, popped it up, pulled it right out. That's right there, a safe place. One would only think it's easier than it looks. This is your workspace. That's what it should look like. Got this hook tool. I put it up under here. There's a crevice if this thing wants to stay and play nicely. That's where I put the snake. See how it's going downward? Right there, my pinky right there. And that I had to reach in there and pull the snake out. So let's see if this wants to play nice, because it is American. It said hell to the no. I started losing it. See how it's starting to slip off the tape? So we're going to try to go under the carpet instead, because it's all plastic. Look at this. The whole floor is plastic. So we're going to try to get, see, to get some wiggle room. We're going to try to go right around like this. Much easier. Pop this little push pin out. We're going to hold the carpet up as we pull the snake through. It's starting to move. Good. And with your big bear paws, just push the carpet up. Good? Good. Now we're only going to leave enough slack so we can pull this out of our way and leave it if we have to service the battery. That's all we need. Everything else we're going to bundle up. You see? We're going to bundle up and put it into the kick panel. So I went into my spare wire bin and I found this. And you'll say, that's not fair. It has a fuse on it. Yeah, I know. It's from a remote starter. This is a comp starter. Remote starter. So we already have a fuse holder. And what we're going to do is cut it right here. And we're going to leave the fuse right where we can get to it. You like that? Good. A little crimp job, a little tape job on the fuse. And we're going to start wiring this thing up permanently. One would also say, orange is not. Orange is the new black. Is that show still on the air? Anyway, we're going to tape it up so it's black so we know it's ground. And there's only 2 wires, so if you're gonna mess that up and say, well, one's ground, one's positive, blah, 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 it's on you, not me. And eureka, we're gonna go right to that post. I don't feel like getting underneath there. Go right there, because we got power. You see? Yee. Alright, so you can't say pick one, anyone, because this is power, and that's ground. So obviously we need ground. So we go to this one. So the baby battery it is. You can go to this one too. It's also ground. Either way, these two, doesn't matter. We go right literally to the frame. So let's go move forward and finish this thing up. If you don't feel comfortable taking that all the way off, that's fine. You can just cut it, okay, and make a little fork out of it. Or just go get a fork. They do make them. So there you go. Cut it or buy it. So I taped one with dog hair to the other one, and now we pull the speaker wire through. Power wise, check. Speaker wire is coming through. If you look closely, there's a little crevice right there. That's where I want to put it. So when the plastic goes back in, this is out of the way. So if this happened to you, you have to hook up the blue wire. So this button right here, this is auto turn on, okay? If it's out, that means it's off. That means if the blue wire is connected, okay, you ready? I'm gonna turn the ignition on, you see? Okay, now if it's on, watch this, this is what happened to me. Radio's off, but it's still on and it won't shut off. Same with the bass knob. So something's wrong here, or maybe it's just my luck, but luckily for me and you, there's an ignition right here in the corner. Purple yellow, pink yellow. This turns on and off with the car. So see, it's on. I can do this again, you see? I had to run the blue wire. I just pulled this back, the bass knob, taped it to it and ran it right to it, and double checked this to be on, off. So watch, when I turn it off, this is working properly. Turn the key back on, you see? Now it works normally. So, final thoughts, I have no idea. I don't know if I got a bum unit. I don't know if I'm the bum, or maybe that wire's a bum. I don't know. So, I'm gonna leave this in the video because I don't want you to run into this if you decide to do this yourself. So, we're gonna move on. Oh, and green purple is positive, green yellow is negative of the speaker. So there you go. Strip the wire back. We're gonna do both and see what this thing's gonna sound like. Wire to wire is always the best. That's what I like. So there you have it. There's some good tape on it. Ooh, we got green light. I can feel it. Ooh, let's tune this thing, but in reality, you're done. The bass knob is on. So you set this to whatever you're liking. You got gain and all that, bass boost. That's all you're liking. So we're gonna stuff this thing right here so it fits. Look at this. That's perfect. So clean that up. It's your stuff. Like it, don't like it, share it, don't share it, subscribe, don't subscribe. Thanks for watching.